George Kittle's journey through football is not defined by instant validation, early stardom, or a neatly packaged rise to greatness. It is defined by endurance, by an almost stubborn commitment to effort, by a mindset that treats every snap, whether glamorous or thankless, as an opportunity to impose will. His career is not just the story of an elite tight end. It is the story of a player who embodies the soul of football itself: physical, demanding, joyful, and relentlessly honest. From the very beginning, George Kittle was shaped by football in a way that stripped the game of illusion. Born in Madison, Wisconsin, and raised in a coaching household, football was never presented to him as fame or fantasy. His father, Bruce Kittle, spent decades as a college football coach, which meant George grew up around the unseen realities of the sport. He saw the long hours, the uncertainty, the constant evaluation. He understood early that football was work before it was reward. That upbringing instilled discipline long before it produced confidence. Kittle learned that effort was not situational, it was expected. That preparation mattered even when no one was watching. That respect in football was not given, but earned through consistency. He also learned adaptability. Coaching families move. Systems change. Roles shift. Stability is rare. That constant adjustment became part of his identity. As a young athlete, Kittle did not overwhelm opponents with size or polish. He played multiple positions, filled gaps, and did what teams needed rather than what attracted attention. He blocked. He ran routes. He played special teams. He competed without complaint. Even then, his game reflected a core truth. He valued contribution more than recognition. At Norman High School in Oklahoma, Kittle's versatility stood out more than his statistics. He was physical, intelligent, and dependable. But in a recruiting landscape driven by numbers and projections, he was not viewed as a future star. Offers were limited. Hype was absent. What remained was opportunity, if he was willing to earn it. His decision to attend the University of Iowa was a natural extension of who he was becoming. Iowa football did not promise spotlight. It promised accountability. For tight ends, it was one of the most demanding environments in the country. Blocking was not optional. Physicality was non-negotiable. Receiving opportunities were earned, not scripted. At Iowa, Kittle's college career unfolded quietly. Injuries disrupted continuity. Offensive schemes prioritized balance over volume. His stat lines rarely reflected dominance. To casual observers, his impact appeared modest. But beneath the surface, his development was profound. He learned leverage. He learned how to win at the point of attack. He learned how to sustain blocks against larger defenders. He learned how to finish plays even when exhausted. Most importantly, he learned pride in the uncelebrated aspects of the game. Blocking was not a chore, it was an identity. That mindset hardened him. Each rep reinforced resilience. Each overlooked performance strengthened resolve. Kittle embraced the grind because it aligned with his values, not because it promised applause. When the NFL draft arrived, the evaluation mirrored the narrative that had followed him for years. Tough, useful, but unproven. He was selected in the 5th round by the San Francisco 49ers, a range where careers are fragile and opportunity is fleeting. 5th-round picks live on the edge of rosters. Mistakes linger. Trust must be built immediately. Kittle entered the league understanding that nothing would be handed to him. He arrived without entitlement, without expectation, only preparation. His rookie season reflected the instability of a rebuilding franchise. Coaching changes disrupted continuity. Quarterback play fluctuated. Offensive identity shifted. For a tight end, a position that requires chemistry and timing, this environment can stall growth. Instead, it accelerated Kittle's adaptability. He attacked practice with visible intensity. He blocked with aggression regardless of whether the play was designed for him. He ran routes with urgency even when targets were scarce. Coaches noticed his reliability. Teammates noticed his effort. Trust accumulated quietly, rep by rep. The early turning point did not come from highlights, but from dependability. When opportunities expanded, Kittle was ready. His breakout season was not an accident. It was the result of years spent mastering the margins. When he began receiving consistent targets, his impact was immediate and undeniable. He did not simply catch passes, he punished defenders after the catch. He ran with violence and balance, refusing to concede ground. Defensive backs bounced off him. Linebackers hesitated. Safeties misjudged angles. What separated Kittle was not just athleticism. It was intention. Every movement carried purpose. Every block carried force. Every route was run with commitment. He played football with an energy that was impossible to ignore. Kittle redefined expectations for the tight end position. In a league increasingly driven by finesse and spacing, he proved that physical dominance could coexist with elite receiving. He blocked like an offensive lineman and moved like a receiver. He embraced contact rather than avoided it. As his reputation grew, defensive attention intensified. Coverages tightened. Matchups became more physical. None of it softened his approach. Instead, Kittle refined his craft. He improved releases against press coverage. He learned how to manipulate leverage with pacing. He studied defensive tendencies obsessively. His football intelligence expanded alongside his physical dominance. He understood spacing. He read coverages. He adjusted routes mid-play. He learned when to explode and when to be patient. His game matured without losing its edge. Injuries inevitably entered the narrative. Kittle's style invited punishment. His willingness to absorb contact came at a cost. Each missed game tested patience and resolve. Recovery required humility. Trusting his body again demanded discipline. Yet even through setbacks, Kittle's leadership deepened. He did not lead through speeches. He led through standard. Practices intensified when he was present. Accountability rose. Younger players learned professionalism by observing him. During San Francisco's most competitive seasons, Kittle's value extended far beyond statistics. He stabilized the offense when rhythm faltered. He anchored the run game when passing lanes closed. He delivered in critical moments not through theatrics, but through execution. He became a tone setter. When he blocked harder, the offense followed. When he finished plays aggressively, effort escalated. His presence elevated everyone around him. National recognition followed naturally. Pro Bowls, All-Pro selections, debates about the best tight end in football. Kittle remained grounded. He deflected praise. He spoke about blocking with pride. He emphasized team success over individual accolades. That authenticity resonated deeply. Fans connected not just to his performance, but to his personality. His joy for the game was visible and unfiltered. His celebrations were genuine expressions of effort rewarded, not manufactured branding. Off the field, Kittle remained rooted in gratitude. Fame did not alter his priorities. He valued relationships, preparation, and community. His approach to football mirrored his approach to life: full effort, full presence. As the NFL evolved, Kittle evolved with it. Offensive systems shifted towards speed and spacing. Quarterbacks changed. Roles adjusted. Through it all, his relevance endured because his value was foundational. Physicality never becomes obsolete. Effort never loses importance. Intelligence never ages. He refined his route running. He improved his awareness in space. He preserved his blocking identity while expanding his receiving nuance. He adapted without compromising who he was. George Kittle's career is not defined by a single season, record, or highlight. It is defined by standard, by redefining what excellence at the tight end position truly demands. He represents a version of greatness rooted in balance, skill and sacrifice, joy and brutality, intelligence and instinct. He proves that doing the hardest parts of the job at full speed creates lasting impact. Kittle plays football the way it is taught in quiet meeting rooms and reinforced in weight rooms. Honestly, aggressively, and without shortcuts. His presence reshapes expectations. His effort elevates culture. In a sport that often celebrates flash, George Kittle reminds us that substance endures, that toughness matters, that loving the work is as important as loving the result. His journey stands as proof that greatness does not require early hype, perfect circumstances, or effortless ascension. It requires commitment. It requires humility. It requires joy in the grind. George Kittle is not just one of the best tight ends of his era. He is a standard bearer for how football should be played, fully, fearlessly, and with purpose. And as long as he steps onto the field with that same intensity, his influence will extend beyond numbers and accolades. It will live in effort, in tone, in expectation. Thank you to all the fans for watching and supporting this story. Your respect for effort, your appreciation for physical football, and your love for authentic competitors give meaning to journeys like George Kittle's. If you enjoyed this long-form documentary, please like, share, and subscribe. More powerful football stories are coming, and we sincerely thank you for being part of the journey.